Let's go! Back on the fly, this here recapping, predicting the World Junior Championship, U18 Women's World, the Men's World Championship, Women's World Championship, U18 Men's World Championship. What is happening? It is by far one of the dumbest things I have ever seen. Prepare to die. Figured it was better safe than sorry. Scores! Nathan McKinnon scores for Canada. Your home for international hockey. This is On the Fly. And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to On the Fly, your home for international hockey. Today, we got semifinal action from the men's under-18 World Championships on deck. Latvia taking on Slovakia in the opening one, coming up in just a few minutes' time. Welcome on in to the stream today. It's been a hectic quarterfinals. We were live for, I think it was 8 hours and 30 minutes on Friday or on Wednesday, but we are back for some more hockey as we have arguably one of the most surprising semifinal matchups of them all, with the host Slovakia taking on Latvia. The game coming up later today. Of course, we have Sweden taking on the Czechs. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you do never miss an upload. As well, please do vote on our poll who you think will end up taking today's game. There tends to be a pretty good correlation between who's leading in the polls and who ends up leading in the game. An early look at our poll this morning sees with 57 votes in, Latvia leading 65% to 35%. It is definitely something to keep an eye on as this game goes along. We'll show now and quickly flash over to our playoff picture, where we will see the Czechs and the Swedes. Of course, those quarterfinal matchups that we talked about so extensively over on Wednesday afternoon, morning, night, depending on when you were watching. The Czechs knocking off the Finns in a nice tight game, where of course we ended up seeing the Czechs score early, as was kind of expected in that game. Later went on, of course, for the Finns to come back, and luckily right at the end of that second period, the Czechs found a goal to go up 2-1 going into that second intermission. Third period came along, a very tight one. The Finns had a lot of opportunities, couldn't bury it. Solovets for the Czechs looked really good in that game. Big reason why they ended up coming through. And then Sweden, and then of course the Czechs pulled through in that game as well. We saw the Swedes knock off Canada by a score of 4-2. That game was quite the game. Where do you watch the game? You can watch it depending on where you are from. I know TSN carries it in Canada, the NHL Network in the US, and then in Europe, I am not overly sure. But I do appreciate you tuning in to the stream today, and hopefully you can continue having us on in the background. But once again, Sweden, Canada, this game was kind of a tale of three periods. We had the Swedes going up early, getting up to the early 2-0 lead. Canada rallies back in that game, ends up tying it with 0 seconds left on the clock in that second period. Then we see the Swedes it was a much tighter third period, but they get a goal on the power play. Then they score the empty net to make it a 4-2 game. A disappointing end to the tournament for Canada. But after all, you kind of think about how their tournament started, losing the Slovaks. Definitely a fitting end in that one. Then to the next quarterfinal, which was probably one of the biggest surprises of that day, with Latvia ending up beating the USA in what could best be described as a stunner. A great performance by this Latvian team, and one that was well earned right to the very end. But I don't think anyone was really expecting that kind of end at the end of the day there. So a really impressive performance by Latvia. They get out to an early lead, they hold on to it, and it's a little bit of a scary time at one point, but they keep applying pressure, they keep generating those chances when they get them. Any mistakes the Americans made ended up in the back of their net in that game, and it was a really impressive performance. And one very similar that I'd say we can expect today from them as they look to try and earn a medal, a silver medal win. There would be their first chance at a gold medal. And so I'm excited. I think there is a realistic chance we see Latvia play for a gold medal today, or a gold medal tomorrow. We will, of course, be live for both the bronze and gold medal games. So stay tuned there. Lots of content coming out. And then the last quarterfinal, and the other team that's coming into this game, Slovakia knocking off the Danes 7-1. The Slovaks got started early and often. They end up putting in 7 on the Danish goaltending system. It wasn't a pretty game, and there's not much way around that. But in the end, they do pick up the 7-1 win. They advance to the semifinals, where we see now with the Czechs taking on the Swedes. That game will be later on today, as well with Slovakia taking on Latvia. Should be a very interesting one for sure today as we look ahead. Once again, your starting goaltenders for Latvia, Patriks Plumins, as well as Samuel Hrinak for the Slovak team. This is the first time we have rivalries in chat in any of these games. It is funny. I think at this tournament, the two most popular countries represented is Slovakia and Latvia. So this is going to be a war today. I want to see where this poll will take us so far. Currently, 78 votes in, 59% say Latvia, 41% for the Slovaks. As we are just about to get puck is about to drop, and we are underway in, where are we today? Is it Bratislava, I believe? Yeah, I think that's where it is. Broken up early and a shot on net saved by Hrinak. 19:44 left to go in this first period. Is still lots of game to play for both these teams. It should be a tremendous day of hockey today. 2 huge games for both countries. We could very well see the Czechoslovakia rematch for gold, which would be a really special sight, especially on Slovak home ice. That would definitely be an interesting matchup as well. It's always fascinating to see kind of which team come out on top here. Puck is dumped all the way down. Latvia back to get it in their own end. Collects it back, fires it around, but kept in at the line by the Slovaks. And dumped out. A bit of a kind of ping pong start to this one. Not a whole lot was able to be generated. Oh, and puck comes out, but picked up by the Latvians, and will clear back up ice, but just the outstretched stick of Roots today. .1903 left to go in the first period. A reminder that as well, Sweden will take on the Czechs at 1 o'clock p.m. local here, as well as 7 p.m. Central European, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern European summertime. So stay tuned for that. Rebound out front for the Slovaks. Could not find the rebound. Tries to be cleared in, but can't. Latvians will dump it down first. Oh, is it out of play? And the puck will go out of play to start what has been a pretty slow start to this game so far. Haven't been terribly impressed with the overall start. Bernat tries to throw it out front, but a good stick block there by Plumins to keep out any chance for the Slovaks. Puck one back. Latvia will dump it down, or try and dump it down, knocked down by the Slovak defender. Puck dumped down. Latvians will go and try and chase it down. Slovaks behind their net. They'll go all the way down. Shermadian now tries to get there, can't. Herdmenace tries to put the puck deep, and it will go deep, but not deep enough. It's been a battle of the neutral zone so far for both these teams. No one really able to get anything going in the offensive end. Avalanche. The opportunity there. Couldn't quite get the puck on his stick. Goes to the back door try. Does not go. Shot again by the Latvians. Cannot find it through. Shot from the point. Blocked out front. No good. Marniks over Leganovskis. We'll fire it down deep. Renak out to play it. Oh, and suicide pass right into the middle of the ice there. Nearly picked off. $16:45 left to go in this first period. Oh, and a nice play there. Latvians will fire it right back down deep. Dump and chase, the name of the game so far for Latvia. The Slovaks electing for a little bit more. I say dump the puck down deep. Rutkiss. Back behind the net. Try and play it for the Latvians. Down deep. Plays it out front. Goes for the slot, but can't find it. Upniks now. We'll dump it down deep for Latvia. Not a whole lot of offensive zone time for either team so far. Good poke check. Slovaks definitely have had the better chances thus far, but still nothing to show for it as the game remains a 0-0 hockey game. Obokes tries another pass, but gets knocked down. Puck will be rimmed around. Slovaks can't find the puck, and the puck will be right back down, dumped into the neutral zone. Stretch pass. Oh, and the goalie played it, but they're calling icing anyway. Wow. Surprising call there. Taking a look at our poll, the margin has gotten slimmer. Latvia now leads at 54% for 54% to 46%. 102 votes in. If you are new here, please do go vote in that poll as well. Hit the like button and hit subscribe while you are at it. We are now on the road to 1,800 here on YouTube. We did hit 1,700 on the last stream. And so a big thank you to everyone for hitting the subscribe button as Avalanche now works in. Goes to the backdoor feed. No one there. This Latvian top line has been probably their best offensive looking line so far this game. Had really two chances. It's Marniks now. We'll wind it in. Marniks with a great move, but gets the puck knocked off him. So go off and change. Latvians will collect it back in their own end. Oh, and a nice play there. Works in. Shot. Flipped up. Cannot find it through. Renak with a nice save there. Throws it out front. No good. 14:20 left to go in the first period. Oh, knocked off the puck. Slovaks work it around. Shot. Kicked away. Goaltender falls over. Plumins. Slovaks wind it around. Oh, and a giveaway, but can't find it through. Saucer pass. Goes for the backdoor feed. No one there. Everyone's slipping. It has been a very sloppy start so far to this game. Definitely a strange one. Yeah, I'm not sure what's the deal today, but Neither team has really looked comfortable so far in this game. Definitely feeling each other out, and obviously pressure a little bit higher with the fact that it being a game of this magnitude, a semifinal game for both teams. But still tough. Fired up to center. Root kiss. Looking up, can't find it through. Try and dump it down deep. Rukas now with the good little pick there. Fires back to the point. Shot from the point blocked. Good block there by Brath. Oh, what a nice hit. Separating the body from the puck. Textbook. As that will not go for icing. Latvian deep. But oh, what? The goaltender just got taken out. Whiffs on it. Oh, and a great chance there by Avotinch, but he cannot find it through. A wide open cage with the goaltender Hrenak down. A missed opportunity early in this game. Slovaks now work it back in. Valak for the Slovaks. Gets worked over. Passes it back up to the point. Stanchik fires it around the boards. Herdmanis locks in Valak. And the puck knocked out again. Good save there by Plumins on kind of an emerging 3-on-2 chance. Oh, Slovaks turn a corner. There have been a fair number of giveaways so far in this game for the Latvians, something that really can't happen in this game if they're going to be successful. Cloudsense works in. Moves it up. Rutkus looking in the middle of the ice, but gets picked off. Goes back the other way. That's close to being offside. Flourish there looked to be a kind of a step ahead of the play. But it'll play on. As the Latvians will collect it behind their own net. Laugalish with the puck as of now. They'll move it up. In comes Latvia. Once again. Oh, and here comes 2-on-1 emerging for the Slovaks. Brath. Oh, and a great poke check there to knock the puck off his stick. A golden opportunity early in this game for the Slovaks. Unfortunately, rebound shot. Shot from the point. Rebound could not be found by the Slovaks. Passes it across. Goljer. Down. Goljer shot from the point. Blocked out front. Good block there by Avotinch. This puck will be skied out and go not the length of the ice for icing. It'll stay as Goljer ends up grabbing the puck. Herdmanis. Tries to feed it up, can't. A very tight poll right now. 51% for the Latvians, 49% says the Slovaks. Good tip play there. 9:10 left to go in this first period. A scoreless first period to this point. Just moves it up. Oh, and puck poked off the stick. Fire it back around. Up to the point. Oh. I'm not sure what they called. Hand pass, maybe? Puck went out of play. As we'll head to our first power break of the game, it has been a pretty slow start to this one. Both teams not really able to generate all that much. And we'll see whether or not that's going to change as this game moves forward. But it has been, as kind of expected, a bit of a slog. And credit to the Latvians for playing that sort of way. And they know that if they can do that in this game, they will be successful. And they don't need to play the fancy and fun to watch kind of game. The more you can play that defensive effort, the more belief this team will get as the game goes onwards, especially with the Slovaks being on home ice. Pressure starts to build, especially considering the fact that the Slovaks are basically such favorites in this game. They have pressure on them. Their fans know they have pressure on them. And so we'll see whether or not that starts to eat away. I mean, we were at the game when Latvia beat Canada in Ottawa in 2025, and very similarly, right? It's you have to do the little things right. If you can do the little things right, the rest of it starts to take care of itself. But at some point, it also becomes very difficult to continue to do the right thing. And Latvia has shown themselves so far well at this tournament that they are able to do the small things right. And we'll see whether or not that's going to be the case today, as they're going to get a few opportunities in this game. If they can capitalize on it, they'll be just fine. Puck will be shelled out to center. This will go the length of the ice for icing. Looked like the Slovaks played that puck, but I guess not. Current poll says 139 votes registered, 51% for the Latvians, 49% for the Slovaks. A very tight poll to this point in the game. 8:41 to go left now in this first period. We will, of course, see how that poll changes as the day continues. If you are new here, be sure to go vote in that poll, as well as hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. Please do also hit the like button as well. It does help get this stream out to more people. And let me know in the chat who you are cheering for in today's game. As Avotinch now works in. Passes it over to Murniks, who would chip it in. The Slovaks are once again collected in their own zone. It's been tough. Flourish works in, shot. Good stick there to tip it up and over the glass. It's a pretty good concerted defensive effort so far from the Latvians. They haven't really made that much of a push to go offensive yet. There's really only one line that I'd say has made that effort. That's obviously going to be their top line, but we'll see whether that can change as this game goes onwards. Face off one again by the Latvians. Cloud Sands with the win. Here comes Rutkiss. Tries to make a move, but gets the puck poked off him there. Latvia will go for the pass. Stretch pass, misses wide. And another icing call. Back and forth icings here as we have 8:03 now left to go in this first period. Neither team really looking all that comfortable so far in this game. I assume part of it's just feeling each other out, is what's I'd say kind of expected, but still obviously not the greatest, not the best. If Latvia wins, this will be the craziest tournament in history. I mean, you start the tournament, and I take partial credit for this because at the very start of this tournament, we went 2 for 2 as far as getting the scores and the games right. And so we tweeted that out saying, hey, look, we actually got 2 right. And then the next 2 games were the Czechs beating the U.S. And then following that, it was Canada losing to Slovakia. Oh, and a great save there by Hiranak on Upniks. And a little bit of extracurricular activity after the whistle. Kovalchuk not really responding all that nicely. And so, anyway, long story short, we partially have to blame because we jinxed it, but nah, the Czechs will win. Well, we'll see. I'm excited to see kind of how the rest of this will play out. I think the way this tournament has gone so far, and the fact that both the Slovaks and Latvia are still in it or guaranteed a chance to play for a gold, I think you kind of draw ties a little bit for the Slovaks with that 2023 or 2023 or 24 World Championship, where we saw the Czechs end up taking gold at this tournament, or at the Men's World Championship rather. And so I think that especially is definitely a possibility there. But But yeah, time will certainly tell. Yeah, that would be the 2024 Men's World Championship, where, of course, the Czechs won it on home ice. Very similarly to this opportunity here. This tournament is already crazy. Canadians sadly lost so many games. It was a tough sled for them this year. The puck worked back up to the point. Shot from the point, tipped out front, but good block by the Slovakian defender. Knocked in. Plumins back to play it. Works it up. The Latvians now will slow it down and collect it behind their own net. Lukes fires it up. Puck. Oh! Near disaster there for the Slovaks. Shot from the point. Saved by Hrinak. Hrinak tried to play the puck earlier and nearly put it onto a Latvian stick. Shot from the point. Tipped out front. Looking for the rebound. Can't find it through. Some great looks there from the Latvians. Sorry for all Canadians, but your teams are drunk on their past and you're slowing down, at least from my perspective. They certainly have, and I think it's interesting because we haven't talked about the new coaching adjustment. That's offside. But they just hired Sasha Donskov to basically lead their both Men's World Championship and World Junior campaigns over the next 2 years, and frankly, I'm a fan of the move just because you need to kind of reinstill some what Canadian hockey actually is. Because right now, no one really knows. And it has been a bit of a dumpster fire to this point that, I mean, frankly, it's just disappointing to see every single tournament now. And we had our rant after the quarterfinal stream on Wednesday, but just disappointing to see time after time at these tournaments, Canada continue to lose their footing. And they're just getting worse and worse. It's another quarterfinal exit at this tournament. But still, obviously hoping for some better luck as another puck kind of locked down as the forecheck continues for the Latvian team. 6:15 left to go in this first period. Puck poked off again. Latvians work back in. Cloudsens turns on the corner. Cloudsens works it up to the point. Oh, tries to get it over, but can't. Oh, and here comes the Slovaks back the other way, but no luck. Lagos back to protect. A good try there. Shot saved by Plumins. As Valak goes all the way into the goaltender and some extra rough stuff after this whistle. Oh, ref's pointing at him. I have to get a call. I think this is the most watched tournament game in stadium because both Latvian and Slovakian fans are there for sure. I believe it, and I think the only one that might get more turnout is the game between the Czechs and the Slovakia if they end up there for gold or bronze. That would be a pretty cool game to see. Every Czech and Slovak want the Czech and Slovak gold game. I think bronze game is what we'll get, and sadly, Sweden and Latvia will take it. We'll see. I'm excited to see what happens today because I think especially for really both matchups, it is a complete coin flip. Like, it could realistically go either way. I think, don't get me wrong, you have your favorites. Like, I'd say the Swedes coming in are favorites. I'd say the Slovaks are coming in as favorites as well. But the way the two teams play, if they run into a hot goaltender, if they play well, it's not a guarantee. And we've seen it already, right? Like, we really have seen it already, just how dominant or how undominant, I guess, some favorites can be at this tournament. We saw with the U.S. yesterday. That was a pretty interesting game to watch. Shots as right now are 5-4 Slovakia. For those that are, is poll at 50-50 now. 162 votes in. Latvia 50%. Slovakia also at 50%. Be sure to get your votes in, as well as hit the like button on your way down. It helps the stream a ton and gets it out to more people, so we can have lots more friends come join us today. Morniques walks the line. Shot from the point. Saved by Hrinak. Boarded in there. Goljer. Oh, and a nice move there to stop, and now he skates out with it. 5:20 left to go. Good takeoff there. Merniques works back. Dumps it off to Lukes, who will collect it behind his own net. Now he'll drop it off. And here comes the Latvians breaking out of their own end. Puck will be rimmed down. The Latvian forecheck continues. So pick the puck back up. But once again, cleared out by the Slovak team. Oh, and a tough giveaway there. Latvians once again will collect behind their own net. It really hasn't been that much of an exciting game thus far. Both teams playing really trap styles to try and feel each other out in their defensive systems. Hasn't been too much of a surprise to this point, kind of an expected result, as Klavinch will collect it now in the neutral zone. The Latvians will work back in. Why are the Slovaks playing so defensively? Are they waiting for Latvians to get tired? Honestly, I'm not sure. It feels like a little bit of nerves. They haven't really been considered favorites that much in a... Like, obviously this game's a little bit different where they really can go either way, but I think part of it is they don't want to make that one big mistake. I think the semifinals is a lot bigger of a game than, say, the quarterfinals were, especially when they're playing Denmark. But we haven't really seen what we saw against the Danes to this point. The Slovaks are looking very tentative. They're double thinking everything they do. And so it's a bit of a... It reminds you a little bit of that game that we saw them play in the preliminary round against Latvia, where I wouldn't say they really looked all that good. They got bailed out because their power play was really good in that game. I mean, it scored 4 of their goals, and there was an empty net to go in there as well. But realistically, that game, 5-on-5, probably Latvia ends up winning. Slovakia almost scored. Good save there. And it'll clear it all the way out. 3 minutes now to go. Or 3:05 as the puck will be iced down. A good chance there for the Slovaks, as we were just talking about how they haven't really found it. A good chance there, a shot from outside, rebound, looking for the back door. Schmady trying to move it over to Selic. But unfortunately not there on the backside. Yeah, Schmady tries to move it over to Selic, but no good. No good on that attempt. 3:05 left to go in this first period. As Kazda now works in for the Slovaks. You need him to be a big player in today's game. Shot! Misses just wide of the net. Passes across the line to Flourish. Flourish shot from the point, tipped. And a save there by Plumins. .247 left to go in the first period of this first semifinal of the day between Slovakia and Latvia. A reminder that we will see the Swedes taking on the Czechs a little bit later on today, so stay tuned for that. I mean, the Czechs would deserve the gold medal the most. They defeated Finland, Sweden, and the U.S. Latvia was only good in only one match. Sweden lost 9-1 to the U.S. and already lost to the Czechs. Yeah, part of the beauty of it, though, is it all comes down to the game that matters. And a near turnover there as the Latvians now work back in. Avotinch for the Latvian team. Avotinch moves it over to Klavinch. Shifts it around. Feels like the Latvians are giving up. I don't know. I think they're actually doing a pretty good job so far, just kind of neutralizing any Slovak pressure. They know that the longer this game goes, the more it's going to favor them. So as long as it stays tight, they don't need to go up by a lot of goals. They're not going to win a scoring battle against the Slovak team. And so a defensive, grinding type of game favors them every step of the way. It's actually exactly what we talked about in our post-day recap the other day. And a lot of stick work there. But no call. Take down. So Latvians now will work back up ice. Upniks with a move at the line. Upniks shot. Saved by Hrenak. 1:33 left to go. Where do you watch the game? You can watch it on TSN in Canada, NHL Network in the US, and I'm not entirely sure about European side, but I'm sure someone could probably help you in the chat. But I appreciate you coming in today and hope you can drop a like before you leave and maybe subscribe, because we will be doing our full day recap for this tournament a little bit later for the semifinal round as well. We'll be live tomorrow for gold and bronze. So once again, I will hope that you join us then. Jakubek in the draw against Cloud Sens. Let's see if he can win this draw. As scrambled draw, one back by the Slovaks. Flourish now behind his own net. Fires it up, stretch pass. Outside the stick of Shermati, and it will go for icing. 122 now. It just seems like both teams have kind of lost their... both teams have really lost their step so far in this game. Haven't really been able to find much, but... You are from Czechia? Then our Czech friends, I know there are a few of them in our chat right now, can probably help you. I know that it's blocked in some locations as well, which is really strange to me. But I don't know whether that changed for the semifinal. Morniks. Only games on the Czechia plays are aired. Does IIHF TV block? Because I know that's behind a paywall, but as Morniks will cycle it around. Shot from the point. Blocked out front. Good block there by the Slovak defender. As we enter the final minute of play in our first period of this first semifinal. Quite the start for really both these teams. A real slogfest so far. And puck will go for icing right as we say that. Oh, and the Latvian head coach is losing it. They're showing a little bit of a replay there. Shot from the point. And a good block by Flourish to keep the puck out. Current poll sits at 52%, 190 votes in, 48% for the Slovak team. If you are new here, please do fill out, let me know who you think is going to win as well. IIHF blocked the live streams for almost every country in the world. I don't get it. That is kind of interesting. I'm not too sure. Slovaks seem to be a little nervous. Yeah, they do. And I think that's part of just kind of, whenever you go into a game against the Latvians, it's one of the most difficult games to play coming from a Canadian. But yeah, so we'll see, of course, whether or not that is going to be the case. As that will do it for the first period here of our first semifinal of the day. Latvia and Slovakia tied at zeros as they see whether or not and which team is going to get on the board first as we look ahead to the second period. But as of right now, a tie game. Not a whole lot of action in this first frame. And we'll see whether or not either team is going to kind of find their way back in this one. But that will do it for the first. Not a whole lot of chances. They're showing the replays. There's just a lot of physicality. We survived the first period. We'll see. I think it's going to be a real tight game right to the very end. So stay tuned. Obviously, more action coming in the second period coming up. But as far as our poll goes, the old trusting poll, it's still a 50-50 game. And I think that actually sums it up quite nicely as to what to keep an eye on here. Because frankly, it is. It really is a 50-50 shot. We'll see which team kind of ends up pulling through here. But it should be definitely a tight game to this point. We are going to give you a quick reminder somewhat long reminder of how we got to this point. We'll be showing you the highlights from our stream on Wednesday afternoon morning, and we'll see you after this short break. Oh, is that going to be a penalty? It is going to be a penalty. Norway will head to a power play, down 1 goal with 2:27 left to go in this third period. Relegation on the line. This is going to be the most important power play of the tournament for this Norwegian team. Is there another penalty called? Is it they get another? Oh my goodness! So it's going to be a 5-on-3 power play for Norway. Are they calling, what is it? Oh, hand on the puck. Oh, he used his hand off the face-off. Oh, that is a tough call to take. Norway will head to a 5-on-3 power play for what could possibly be the tournament. Pulled the goaltender to 6-on-3 shots, scores! Nicholas Olsen ties the game for Norway, making it a tie game 3-3 with 1:14 left to go in the third period. They will have one last chance on the power play where we will see whether or not they are going to be able to find the go-ahead goal. Penalty's done now. Shot, scores! Nicholas Olsen puts Norway 4-3. Your key players have to be key players in these moments, and their best puts them into and keeps them up at this tournament for at least one more year. Nicholas Olsen makes it 4-3 for Norway with 23 seconds left to go. It will not come out. Norway will stay up at the top division for yet another year, winning their 4th straight relegation game. Germany will be sent down to the Division 1A level for next year, where they will be replaced by Switzerland. Oh, 2-on-1 evolving for the Czechs. Oh, scores! Czechia gets on the board early today as Adam Goljer gets the opening goal, and right as well. The Germans put them on the board with a huge goal, 2 big goals. Adam Goljer with the breakaway attempt slides at 5-hole, putting the Czechs up 1-0 in this quarterfinal game. A really hot start today for this Czech team. Jam play. Jams in front of the net, and they score. It's waved off, though. Oh, and Euronen is very unhappy with that call. So they're going to call, I would assume, goaltender interference there, but a jam play out in front of the net. The Finns celebrate like they score, and we potentially have a goal on our hands 21 seconds into the power play. A complete jam play out front of the net. Everyone, really all of the players on the power play in the area. We'll see here if the goaltender gets pushed in. No, this should count. Fugleberg, I believe, just shoots the puck straight into the net here. A weird kind of jam play. Yeah, this should count. This should definitely count because of the goaltender interference happened before. Assuming the Finns challenge this play or if they talk it over, this will likely ending in a goal. And it's a goal. And Finland will tie the game at 1 on the power play. Fugleberg with the goal for the Finns, and they will tie this one at 1. Shot, scores! Czechia finds themselves on the board in the final minute of action. What a goal for the Czechs. Great shot opportunity blocked out front, and that's going to do it. The Czechs will move on to the semifinals of the men's under-18 World Championships. A huge win for them, taking down the win over the rival Finns 2-1. It never ends. It actually never ends. No. Ole Karlsson with the opening goal for Sweden, and Sweden now leads by 1-0 early on in this one. Oh boy, not again. Oh no, walks in, shot. Oh my God, 2-0. Anderson with the goal. Ludvig Anderson with the goal for, obviously, the Swedes. Captain gets the Swedish team on the board. And it's 2-0. It never ends. It actually never ends. Preston. Over. Scores! Dagonet with the goal, and Canada gets themselves on the board. 5 seconds left to go in the period. Works it around. Shot. Tipped. Oh! Is that in? Buzzer beater. Callum Croskery, I think, just put it in. I'm not celebrating yet. I want to see the clock. That was like bang bang with the timer. Come on! 2-2. Oh, delay game, I think, on Canada. Straight out of play. Sweden will head to the power play. Hermansson waits, shot, scores. Bartholdsson puts it home for Canada, or for Sweden. 3-2. Power play goal. Can't take stupid penalties. This is what you get. Canada rims it around the boards. No, they miss it. Puck goes down into the empty net. I feel like this has to be one of the most disappointing years for Canadian international hockey. You lose the World Juniors to the Czechs. Women's U18s, you lose to the US. Olympics, you lose to the US twice. Men's U18s, you lose to Sweden. And then the last one, it's coming up soon. Good old Men's World Championships. Where you'll probably lose to Finland. Is this the most disappointing year in Canadian international hockey history? I feel like it is. I feel like it has to be. Team Latvia has pulled off the miracle and beaten Team USA. Slowly but surely dwindling away. And Latvia gets on the board. It's 1-0. Potential for an upset. Martin Cloutsands with the goal. Slides it over, shot, blocked. Oh, and it tries the backhand play. Cannot find it through. Jet play. They score! Latvia's up 2-0 over the U.S. on a power play goal. There might just be another upset today. We were talking earlier about how we are expecting at least one upset at this tournament. And I think we might have found what it's going to be. Rebound. He's trying to cover it. Oh, that went in. 2-1 now. 11:21 left to go. Zajic with the goal for the U.S. and we are within 1 goal. The game gets interesting. As Latvia breaks out open the ice. Shot. Scores! Latvia makes it. Magnus Avotinch scores for Latvia to make it 3-1. And all of a sudden, this game gets ever so much more exciting. The U.S. has pulled their goaltender. The U.S. has pulled their goaltender with 5 minutes left to go on this game. What is happening? 4:30 left to go in the third period. Cullen tries across the ice. No good. As Latvia will break it up ice. Is this the dagger? For the empty net. Scores! Latvia 4-1 over the U.S. and it looks like they will be playing for medal at this year's tournament. What a game, what an upset, what a tournament. Oh, and that's 4-2 now. Game gets interesting again. 3:26 left to go. The U.S. still needs 2 goals. Oh, and the empty net for the win. Scores! Latvia has pulled it off. They will win this quarterfinal matchup against the U.S. and play for a medal at this year's tournament. 5-2 Latvia. And that is going to do it. Team Latvia has pulled off the miracle and beaten Team USA. What a performance. What a performance. And the Slovaks score on the opening goal of the game. 13:08 to go. Oh, and another big goal. Slovakia makes it 2 on the board. And Slovakia scores their 3rd goal of the game, as Timothy Kazda makes it 4-0 for Slovakia. This game is slowly but surely getting out of hand. An ugly game for sure, to say the least. Oh, and just a terrible giveaway at the blue line. Comes all the way back down and scores. Denmark makes it 4-1. 7 minutes left to go in the first period. But a huge win today as Slovakia scores yet another goal. That makes it 5-1. So a bit more of that blowout type of game now. Oh, and they did score 6-1 with 5:20 left to go. Yeah, this game is just about done. Oh, and another goal. Timothy Kazda with the goal for the Slovak team. It is now 7-1. An ugly game, to say the least. 3, 2, and 1, and that will do it today for our coverage of the quarterfinals here at the Men's Under-18 World Championships. Team Slovakia will guarantee themselves a chance to play for a medal here on home ice. And welcome back in. Those were our highlights from our quarterfinal stream. Once again, that was an 8-hour and 20-minute stream we did. And so that's what got us to this point, right? And for Slovakia and Latvia, both teams that, for the Slovaks, I'd say more so they were expected to win their game. Latvia, a bit of that upset factor in their game, which I think definitely contributes to this start so far. You have a Latvian team that's very confident coming into this game. It's a 0-0 score as of this point. And so we'll see kind of what this next second period brings. I think realistically you're looking for a lot more of the same. I'd say it's going to favor Latvia the longer this game goes, that the score remains close. Realistically, that's probably the type of game they were going to want to play. So whether or not they are going to be able to do that, we'll see. But once again, as far as shots go this period, Slovakia did lead 7-6 for the shots, but where it counts on the scoreboard, 0-0. A few good looks for the Slovaks in this one early. I'd say the Latvians had just as good chances, probably 2 or 3 realistically of those 7 or 6 shots. So it hasn't really been all that exciting, which is the exact game that a team like Latvia needs to play. Because frankly, that's how they win these games, is the longer they can kind of drag games out, the better it's going to be for them. And they've looked good so far. We'll see whether or not they are going to be able to continue that as this game goes along. But a real good start for the Latvians so far in this game. We're going to look through some of the comments. What do we got here? Am I surprised by the amount of Slovakia is giving to Latvia? I am a little bit. I would have expected them to be a little bit more of an offensive mindset, trying to open up the game, because that really is where their strengths lie. And so I would say that, I am a little bit surprised just how, I don't want to say how passive that they've played, but they have been pretty passive to this point. And so it's definitely expecting them to have a little bit more emphasis on taking it to that next step. I haven't really done that so far to this point. But I think the second period, you're going to see the Slovaks definitely wake up a little bit and try and push the pace a little bit more offensively, which they need to do. They absolutely need to do. So we'll see whether or not that is going to be the case. But once again, the longer that a team like Latvia can hold around, the harder it is to beat them, because you're going to have to start really stretching out the ice. And it will be tough for a team like Slovakia to kind of find their way through this Latvian defense. It's shown to work. It showed to work in that prelim game as well. The Latvians really caused some havoc for the Slovaks. Once again, luckily for them, they got they had the power plays that really made the difference, and that was the difference maker. Was the fact that they scored on 4 power plays. Latvia scored twice. One of them was kind of a meaningless goal. But an empty net goal as well to kind of add on top of that. And that was really just the difference maker in that game. A disappointing game, I'd say, in many ways for the Latvians, where their discipline was really the main reason why they lost. And they were competitive through and through. Unfortunately, just kind of found themselves in the wrong boat at the end. Hockey isn't a game for fun in Latvia. It's a game of survival. Latvia deserves respect. They're not a bad team. That's a very good very good comment. It's true. They have shown at this tournament in particular that they aren't going to be pushed around. And it was a bit of a tough start for them, right? And you go up against Canada, you go up against the Finns, two very tough teams to go out and beat us. They actually just updated the shots on goal. It is now 7-7 after the first period. Respect, they just got scared to score on, missed the first period. Which team dominated more? I wouldn't really say any team really dominated. It was a bit of a slog in the neutral zone for most of it. Both teams couldn't really get much going. That's why U.S. got punished. Slovaks using 4 lines. Slovaks are scared. It's weird. They don't have a club practice overseas. How is it possible with 10,000 registered hockey players to be this good? Well, with a really good structured system, as second period action is about to begin here as the puck gets cleared all the way down. Another dump and change start dump down for the dump and chase start, and a shot saved by Plumins. There's a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle. Interesting. It's the kind of fire you want to see early on here. Am I a hockey player yourself, or have you been one? I used to play. Not anymore, unfortunately. Those who can't talk about it now. So, yeah. Very long time ago. Actually, not that long, but after first period, 0-0. It is 0-0. It will be a very interesting end to this game. Currently in our poll, we have 270 votes registered. Latvia now leads 51% to 49. A dead even heat as of this point. Puck one back. Oh, and a near turnover there at the line. Puck flipped in. Cycles around, shot, saved by Plumins. Puck passed around. Let's move it up. Slovaks now. Fired all the way down. Plumins back to play it behind his own net. Will collect and fire it into the bench area. How many players are on the ice for that? Luke's now behind his own net for Latvia, preparing to start skating it out. Here he comes. Moves the puck down, gets to the line, fires it all the way down the ice. No icing called. Root kiss. Pasted up against the boards. But Flourish back for the Slovaks. Flourish now works in. Shot. Blocked out front. Flourish fires it all the way around. I'm from Czechia, by the way, and I hope the Slovaks win. It seems to be a pretty consistent thought. Most people want to see the Czechia-Slovakia final, which I think would be a great gold medal game as well. Oh, Shermatty go. Oh, it is not on the breakaway. Huge opportunity. Thank you for subscribing. Shermatty there with a chance, but turned away on the breakaway attempt, or somewhat breakaway attempt with the opportunity. Merniks works down in their own end in the corner. Puck goes straight up at the line. Oh, and a near 2-on-1 could have emerged there for the Latvian team, but unfortunately just couldn't quite get to the puck. Shot wide of the net. Slovaks now putting a little bit more of that offensive pressure on. Walks in, shot, misses to the side of the net. Goljer with the chance there. Goljer again, shot. Rebound, cannot find it in the back of the net. A real good opportunity there coming off of a Latvian turnover. Kind of mistakes that you just can't make against this Slovak team. And come back the Slovaks again. More of that heavy offensive pressure we've become so accustomed to seeing from them. They've certainly woken up in this period. You can see the difference in the play style, this difference in the kind of forward momentum. Flourish now works in, holds, throws on the brakes. Oh, that should be a penalty. Don't believe there was. Flourish still works with it, walks around the shot. Saved or maybe blocked out front by Plumins. A lot of forward pressure. Shot again. Rebound chance, no good. Fires it down. Oh, a lot of changing going on. Don't fire it into your own bench. Oh, 2-on-1 evolving for the Slovaks. Throws on the brakes, tries to jam it through, but can't. So it works back up the other way now. That should be a hand pass. No call. Puck fired down deep. Plumins back to play it. Nearly gets the puck poked off him or broken up again. Be the second time he's done that today. The Latvians are starting to let their discipline go a little bit. And to make sure they're honing it in. Oh, and it's stretched past. No one there. Baronet tries to move it up. Can't. Hermenis now for the Latvian team. Under 15 to go in this second period. Goljer moves it around. Passes it out. Good flip pass. And down they go. Shot, saved by Plumins. And some more rough stuff after the whistle. A lot of it. Wow. Quite the battle here so far in this one. Real back and forth game. Shot, but blocked. There's been quite a bit of that so far. Kind of chances that just haven't quite been able to go. As Plumins' net has just got knocked off somehow. I don't even want to watch. If Latvian goalie gets roasted, I don't know. Damn, that hit on the goalie was unnecessary. Did he hit him? Latvia super lazy second period start. I think it's more so that the Slovaks have really picked up the pace offensively in this one. They're expected to play very similarly to what the U.S. did in their game. Like that kind of play style where you have offense on defense is kind of what you want to see if you're Latvia. Because the more offense that a team like Slovakia can play means the more they're going to start to get confident, overconfident, and then start to make mistakes. And that's one of the biggest things we see in these games is teams start to get overconfident. And when teams get overconfident, they start to struggle a little bit. And so I would say more than anything else, that is exactly an opportunity for a team like Latvia to jump all over them. And we see it a lot with the Finns. The Finns play very similar. They're okay with getting dominated because they're just going to wait for that one opportunity and a turnover at the blue line. And there's been a few of them so far. Unfortunately, the Slovaks have got back just enough in time that it hasn't really turned into anything. But a few of those key chances could absolutely reshape a game. And momentum as well. Momentum is one of the hardest things as a team playing against Latvia. So Jakubek wins the draw for the Slovaks. Botka. Selic. Shot, or tries for the pass, but can't find it through. The puck will come all the way around the ice. Slovaks are back in their own end to pick it up. Botka brings it up. Fires it over. Oh, and a good move there, but can't find it through. Shot again. Misses over the net. Harvard misses over the misses. Oh, is that a tripping call? Or you just trip? Shot blocked up top. Jakubek holds it now on the blue line. Saucers it over. And the puck is poked off the stick. Comes out to center. The Latvians will come back and pick it up. Finns left the rear undefended 2 times already. 0 scores. Spelling Slovak teams where Nets keeps easily getting knocked off. Oh, that's interesting. I never actually heard that before. Right ends. Oh, and a puck comes off. Comes back. Oh, but fortunately the Latvians are back. 2-on. Oh, no, mine. Looked like a 2-on-1 emerging. Here comes the Slovaks back the way. Oh, but picked off. Shot! Saved. Good opportunity there by Murniks. For Latvia. Nearly put the puck in on that one-time chance. Off the top of the shoulder of Freenak, and Stanchik, I think, is down now for the Slovaks. Šimko gets the puck taken off him by Rydzans, passes it over to Murniks, and a good save there by Hrinak. Up to the task. But a good opportunity there from Latvia. The kind of result, once again, right? This is what you expect from them. You're waiting for them to make that kind of move. And they do it every so often where they can wait around for quite a while. And, oh, no. Doesn't look good at all. Stanchik is down for the Slovaks. They haven't shown a replay of what happened to him, but he's not putting any pressure on his right leg or left leg. I think it's his right leg. Yeah, it's his right leg. It's not good. Needs assistance getting off. I think they're going to show a clip of this here, maybe. Oh, Rydzans went after him and then got kind of tangled up in the boards and so had to be helped off down the tunnel. So hopefully he will be okay. So obviously the Slovaks still will have one more game at this tournament, so we'll see if he can return for that. Whether or not he's back for this game as well, who knows. But considering he was helped off, probably unlikely. Slovaks now work it in. Dump down deep. Is that going to go for icing? Nope. No, it's not. Plumins really was trying to beg for it, though. Ooh, and a weird play at the blue line. Lucky it wasn't a penalty for the Latvians. They're getting a little aggressive now. They have to be careful not to get any calls. There's a cross-check on the leg. Is that what it was? Shot, and in comes the Slovaks to try and get in Plumins's way. And more extracurricular activity after the whistle. He fell on his knee. Oh, that doesn't look good. Yeah, it looked like he kind of fell into the boards awkwardly, but I couldn't really tell what the cause was from. Taking a look at our poll, we currently have 323 votes in. 51% say Latvia is going to pull through. 49% for the Slovaks. If you are new here, please do vote in that poll, as well as let me know who you are cheering for in our chat. And lastly, hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. As well, for those wondering, we will also be live for our game coming up at 1 o'clock local time. That is 7 p.m. Central European time, 8 p.m. Eastern European time. Those are summer times. Eastern European summertime, Central European summertime, for Czechia and Sweden, which will be a really good semifinal as well. Two teams that have been hot and cold at this tournament. The Czechs losing to the Germans, Swedes losing to both the U.S., and of course, and the Czechs as well in the prelims. And so we'll see. It's gonna be a really interesting game coming up later today. So stay tuned for that. Lots more content coming, as well as our day recap video will be out shortly after the final day of action goes. We'll see whether or not we're going to need a little bit longer of a break today, but luckily it's not as long of a rest as Slovaks now working. Botka. Shot from the point, shot through screen, misses wide of the net. Murniks tries to poke it out. Oh, 3 forwards caught high for the Latvians, but luckily they're able to get back. Botka. Shot, blocked out front. Shot again, blocked out front again. Latvian system working pretty well so far, but unable to get it out. Puck comes back around. Slovaks pick it up. They'll work below the goal line. Oh, that's going to be a penalty call. The Slovaks will head to the first power play of the game. 10:25 left to go in the second period. And a tough call to take there. One of the keys to success we talked about was not taking penalties in the bad moments. And Radzens for Latvia has taken a bit of a weak call, cross-checking, knocking the Slovak forward down. Slovakia will head to the first power play of this game. We'll see whether or not they are going to be able to convert today. A bit of a tough play there for him. Tereshka for the Slovaks gets knocked down. Slovak power play coming up. We'll see whether or not they are able to get the job done here. Von Mata for the Slovaks loses the draw. Latvia picks it up and will fire it down the length of the ice. Good start to this penalty kill for the Latvians. Drop back. Here comes the Slovaks. Mata now works down deep and cleared out again by the Latvians. A real good start to this penalty kill. Goljer now picks it back up in his own end. Moves it up. Throws on the brakes. Works down the half wall. Moves it over, down low. Tries for a jam play. No one there, and Latvia will clear it out once again. 1 minute to go on this Slovak power play. 9:25 left to go in the period. Fake shot. Šimko. Walk it around. So Latvians pulled out of position. Goes for the saucer pass. Moves over. Wide open shot. Saved by Plumins. Good save, point blank there. 37 seconds left to go in this power play. 9:02 left to go in the second period. Botka. Šimko point blank was the replay there. My coach used to say that if you do a penalty, make sure the opponent is left with no legs. It's true. Yeah, Slovaks have had some good looks on this power play, I'll say, but unfortunately nothing to show for it to this point. Svalek loses the draw for the Slovaks, but they pick it back up with some offensive pressure. Kazda works down low. Bit of that weird fake shot there. Passes it down. Bernat, shot, deflection, rebound. Cannot find it through. Puck will go down into the corner. 15 seconds left to go on the power play. Botka walks in, holds, waits, gets the puck poked off him. Comes all the way around. Passes up back to the line. Botka again. Works it over. Kazda's shot in the slot. Blocked out front. Penalty is now done for the Slovaks, or power play is now done for the Slovaks. The Latvians do kill it off. A great kill there for this Latvian team, and a huge kill to keep the momentum alive. A lot of momentum was generated. Puck again was poked off the stick. The Slovaks put a lot of offensive pressure on there. We'll see if it continues to translate through the rest of this. There are so many men on the ice. Rutkus now passes over, shot! Saved by Renak. Obuks there with a prime opportunity on an evolving 2-on-1. Nearly able to find the back of the net, but unfortunately could not get it through the arm of Renak. So close, but no good. What a good save there as well, coming all the way across for Renak. How can I watch the match? If you're from Canada, it's on TSN. The US, it's on NHL Network. Europeans, I think someone put it in the chat a little bit earlier. I can't really remember which channel it's on. But thanks for coming by today, and I hope you can drop a like on our live stream before you head out. And subscribe, because we're doing our day recap video coming out a little bit later and once the game's done today. We are currently at 41 likes on our live stream. We have 135 people currently watching. So if you have not already, please do smash the like button. It helps get this stream out to more people and helps a ton. So please do, if you have not already, smash the like button. Will this game have the same score with the Flyers and the Penguins? That was a crazy game to watch. You talk about a playoff type of feel. Two teams that are just absolutely playing their best game and unfortunately just couldn't find their way through. Slovakia versus Latvia in the semifinals. What a time to be alive. It's crazy. It is crazy. It has been a very long time. If you're from Latvia, our government media agency streams it on their website. Interesting. They're going to be shootouts, then Latvia is going to win. We'll see. I honestly hope there's shootouts. I think that'd be really fun. Never actually got to call a shootout game before. Pass in front. Oh, and Cloud Sands goes right through the crease. Trinak gets flipped upside down there. Fires it down. Latvia first in on it there. Looks like could have been a trip call. None upcoming though. Jakubek works up to Selic. Passes through but misses it. Moves it back up to the top. Down to Sanchik, who's back after looking like he went down earlier because of a cross check. Moves it over. Throws it up. Good block out front. Oh, but knocked down. Can't quite get it through. More offensive zone pressure from this Slovak team. Keeps the puck in. Latvia starting to get tired. Works it around. Mata coming off the bench. Oh, and a big hit there. Good shoulder-to-shoulder hit. Passes it forward. Shot. Save by Plumins. A good stop there. And they're showing Cloud Sands go right through Renak. Sticks his stick right through his skates. Quite the play there. I will cry if Latvia is going to take a win. Are those tears of joy or tears of sadness? It's the important question. Ipsky works out against Monique's in the dot. 6:33 left to go in the second period. Passes it down. Slap shot all the way. Oh! Nearly goes in off a weird carom off the boards. As all two Latvian defenders and Plumins all went to go play it. Nearly chance there. Works at the line. Shot! Saved by Hrinak. Good save there. Rides ends with a real good shot. But a good blocker save. Moves it over. Oh, and a nice move there. Slovaks will come in and dump it down deep. Here comes the pressure again. Shots on goal to this point are 14-10. 7-4 in the second period, or 7-3 in the second period, depending on what the real count is. Mata throws on the brakes. Good play there. Puck will be thrown down the ice. We'll go for icing. 5:21 left to go now in this second period. Can't wait for the edits if Latvia will win. Slovakia now, then it's going to be like 4-1 at the start. Then it's going to be if you really need it. Then it shows how the score what Latvia wins on. Tears of joy, of course. That's what I kind of figured. Looking at the name. It would be embarrassing. It would... Ooh, lost that. 5:14 left to go in this second period. As we will head to another power break. Looking at our poll, 374 votes registered. Now 50-50 is the vote. Quite the split. I feel like if we forecheck the Latvians hard, they'll not be able to get out of their zone, but we just don't wait. It feels like there was a little bit of hesitation there, and I'm not entirely sure what's the cause of it, but it has been extremely weird so far just to see kind of the unwillingness to go after them. It would be embarrassing for the Big Five if Latvia takes the gold. Sweden and Czechs must make it. I think it'd be really interesting. I think it'd be great. And it's funny because we talked about it a few weeks back about just how competitive really international hockey has gotten. And we spent a little bit of time on Latvia just because of the fact that every year they seem to be a team that's just getting better and better. But it is really fascinating to see this tournament just kind of unfold right after we make that topic, where that was more so talking about the Olympic Games and how kind of surprising that tournament was with respect to some big upsets there. Shot tipped. Good save. Slovak shot again. Plumins with a bit of an awkward save there. 4:55 left to go as the Latvians will fire it all the way down the ice for icing. 4:50 now. Slovakia is getting into the game. They're starting to pick it up a little bit more. You can see the pressure really start to come, which is what you need to see really from this team. 376 votes, still 50-50. Back. Loses. Oh, and nearly won it back. Latvians nearly won it back into their own net on the face-off there. Stretch pass. Good play there. But clear it over. Latvians will push it around. Kept in at the line by the Slovaks. Pressure continues. Fires back down. Moves over. Latvian's tired after the icing call as well. Flourish throws on the brakes. Works down along the half wall. Moves it up. Moves it back up to the point. Mata now. Oh, with a step in. Mata makes a move. Mata holds, waits. Saved by Plumins. But rebound. Throws it back out. Scramble out in front. And all chaos breaks loose in front of the net. A big scramble in front. But it will not go in. 3:51 left to go. And the score remains tied 0-0. A huge Oh, is there a penalty coming up? I think I just heard that off the broadcast. Mata with a great move there. Jumps over a player, continues to go, waits, and tries to throw it out into the big crowd, but unfortunately does not find its way through. Huge opportunity there for the Slovaks. Unfortunately, nothing to show for it. No one really knew where that puck was either. 3:51 left to go. No penalty on the play. Best regards from Slovakia. Thank you for coming and watching today. Best regards from Canada, whose team is now out. Again, at another IIHF tournament. Wernick's now works in. Fires it down deep. Tries to pass it around, and here comes the Slovaks. Passes it over. And the Slovaks will dump it all the way back down the ice. More neutral zone battles so far in this in the last minute or so. If the game had no slips, then it would be 8-3 Slovakia winning, potentially. Although the sloppiness definitely favors Latvia, that's for sure. Shots on goal in the second period is currently 9-3. Offside called, yeah. Upnik's there. Cannot quite find it through. Pass down. Oh no, and a weird bounce off the boards there. Kazda tries to keep it in camp. Slovaks will wheel it around. Kazda walks in. Kazda continues with the puck down to the corner. Throws on the brakes, brings it back up. Pass, shot, saved by Plumins. And a great save there on Mata's one-time attempt. 2:10 left to go now in the second period. Clock slowly but surely ticking away. Oh, and they're walking in. Shot blocked out front. Turns back up the other way. Oh, and the Latvians couldn't control the puck. A huge opportunity missed there. As once again, the Slovaks come in with numbers. But works back up the other way. Latvians will throw on the brakes and flip it back into their own end. A big chance there, a potential 2-on-1 that unfortunately they just couldn't quite get the puck controlled in the offensive end. 1:30 left to go in the second period. Moves it over. Rutges. Shot. Saved by Hrenak. It's been pretty quiet so far for him this far into the period. Oh, Jakubek. Shot. Blocked out front again. Plumins, the blocker save into the corner. Shot again. Plumins now flips it over the glass. 56 seconds left to go as we enter the final minute of play in the second period. Will this really go 0-0 into the third? We'll see. 56 seconds left to go. this is what we get to witness. Reminder that the Czechs and the Swedes are coming up next. We will be talking about that game at the intermission. Starting to take a look ahead to what's coming later today. Monique's. It's going to be tough to find some highlights from this game. Shermatti works up to the point. Fires it over. Botka. Wheels, drags, block shot. Radzans with another big block. Monique now works down. Has the stick extremely high. Botka. Walks the line. 25 to go. Botka walks the line again. Passes it down. Back to Botka. Shot. Plumins gets dug away. It's a goal! Slovakia gets on the board first. A lot of interference in front of the net. Plumins just calling for his coach to challenge because goaltender interference. But as of right now, Slovakia, Jakubek will get on the board for the Slovaks, making it a 1-0 game. A lot of offensive pressure. And all of a sudden, within the span of about 30 seconds, this game completely changes. Botka works over. I'm not sure if this is going to count. It looked like a lot of goaltender interference. And when we did this game yesterday, where no one really knows what goaltender interference is, but it looks like his pad is what jams it in. We'll see. I assume they're not challenging it. Or maybe they are. They're going to challenge. I believe they're going to... No. Are they challenging it or no? They're not going to challenge. I don't believe they're going to challenge. They haven't... Yeah, no, they're not going to challenge. Slovakia will lead 1-0, scoring with 16 seconds left to go in the second period. They will take the lead in this semifinal game with hopes of going to the gold to take it home on home ice. Tries to one-time play off the glass, no luck. And some dirty activity after the whistle. And a scrum breaks out yet again. That'll do it for our first period of action. Or our second period of action. As there's a fight going on right now. They're swinging at each other. Is that Boka and Herdmanis? What is happening in this game? Yeah, you have both guys who are currently fighting each other. With gloves on, I guess, but crazy. Or Potočka for the Slovaks. That's crazy. We saw, I guess I don't know if that's considered a fight because they both had their gloves on, but both guys lost their helmets and were swinging at each other. So we'll see what the result of that play is. One team might end up on the power play from that. But the Slovaks score in the last few seconds, with 16 seconds left, to put them on the board today. Latvia now trailing in this game. We'll see what they can do in coming into the third period, where they've kind of struggled a little bit to this point. What a period. It has been a great period. This one's been a lot more entertaining. 1-0 on broken noses. Do someone break their nose? When I'm checking now to see if there's been any update on the penalty call. There hasn't been yet. So once that information gets posted, we'll obviously let you know on that part. But it looked to be quite a few. There will be definitely a penalty coming out of that exchange. And so we'll see what that call ends up being. But if you are new here, please do smash the like button as we head in to our second intermission here between Slovakia and Latvia. It has been quite the game so far. Obviously, really for both these teams, we've seen quite the performance. For Latvia, they've been really sticking in their defensive structure. For the Slovaks, a little bit more on the offensive side in that second period, which you knew was coming, right? And it's not a lock-in yet. There's still plenty of game to go, and especially for a team like Latvia, who does play so well defensively and will counter you off the rush. We'll see what kind of team comes out from the Slovaks in this third period, whether or not they also try and stick to a more defensive-minded game. Definitely one to keep an eye on there. I'm excited to see kind of what ends up happening, but time will tell. It's part of the beauty of these sports is, it's never decided till the final whistle goes. And as we saw yesterday, where of course we saw the U.S. take down Latvia take down the U.S. We've seen quite a few upsets at this tournament. The Czechs beating the Finns, which I wouldn't consider an upset. Swedes beating Canada, which I also wouldn't consider an upset. It's been a bit of a crazy tournament so far to this point, but definitely good to see as international hockey has gotten so much more competitive over these last few years, which really just goes to show how much this game has grown over the years. But still, you have a Slovakia-Latvia semifinal. One of these two teams is going to go play for gold coming up, and we'll see whether they're going to be able to beat the other semifinal matchup, which we'll talk about now with Sweden and the Czechs. I mean, this will be two teams that are going to be extremely competitive with one another. Two very good teams as well. And so we'll see which team ends up coming out on top. I think realistically, you're looking at this matchup. It will be, it is going to be extremely, extremely close coming up later today. We will be live on YouTube for it. As far as kind of what to expect, I'd say expect somewhat similar to what we saw in that preliminary round game. It's ultimately going to come down to if the Czech team can shut down the Swedes as far as their offense goes, they have a chance. But at the same time will tell whether they can do that. That game's going to be extremely tight between both the Czechs and the Swedes as well. Of course, they are going to try and find chances where they can. Whether or not they're going to be able to break through for the Czechs, that's going to be another question mark of this game. But expect the Swedes to control the pace of play for most of it. Is the other semifinal already going on? Nope. No, it is coming up at in about 2.5 hours, give or take. It's scheduled in for 1:00 p.m. Eastern Time. That is 7:00 Central European Summer Time and 8 p.m. Eastern European Summer Time. Surprised to see Latvia hang on this well. Honestly, I expected Slovakia to dominate much more, especially considering what we've seen from the Slovaks in the group stage. Fair. Very fair. Latvia will win 2-1. I'm calling it now. Whew. We will see. I like the take. Realistically, if Latvia is going to win, I don't know if they can allow the Slovaks to score any more goals. It's going to be real tough for them to try and sled their way back. They still haven't really shown that last play where it looked a lot like goaltender interference in real time. But anyway, what do I know? 449 votes in our poll. The Slovaks have now taken the lead, leading 52% to 48%. We'll see how much that changes over the next hour and a bit as we head towards the conclusion of this game. We haven't done this in a while, and so I need everyone who's in our chat right now. There's 143 people in here right now. Let me know where everybody's from, and I want to see how many Latvias versus Slovakias, because I know that'll be the majority of it. But let me know where you are from. Us here are from Canada, wearing the Canada stuff. Unfortunately, that was a disappointing result yesterday, but I do want to know where everybody's from. Let us hear it. If Sweden beats Czechia, Latvia beats Sweden. We'll see. I think that'll make for a really entertaining game for sure. As we do kind of remind you about where we are as far as our tournament goes, we showed at the last intermission some highlights from our 8 hours and 20 minute stream on Wednesday, where of course we did all of the quarterfinal games, saw the Czechs take down the Finns, saw the Czechs knock off the Finns 2-1. We have Sweden knock off Canada 4-2. Latvia beat the USA 5-2. And then the Slovaks beat Denmark 7-1. As well, in our relegation game, we saw Norway come all the way back to beat Germany by a score of 4-3, which was another crazy game that isn't included in this graphic. We have quite a few Latvians, a few Slovakians, a couple Czechs live in Chicago. There we go. There's a U.S. Unfortunate for the U.S. as well, as they were knocked out just the other day. Some expert in Slovakia were saying that we were going to win gold, and everyone thought they were crazy. I wouldn't even say Swiss, but with Slovak ancestry. Interesting. I'd say, and they're showing the fight. What a fight. Ho-ho. Love junior fights. To your point about the Slovaks winning gold, like, their path after they beat Canada made it so much easier to get to this point. And so, as much as yes, I would say it's difficult to say, right? Because you want to say that a team. I thought they were showing some clips from the prelims for Latvia, and I got confused because they just scored. And I was like, did I miss something today? But no, the Slovaks have made their path significantly easier after they beat Canada, because realistically now all they have to do to get to the gold medal game is go through. They had to go through Latvia in the semis, but of course Denmark in the quarters. And so, as far as your path in, it gets a lot more easier. Now the fact that they have that win underneath them, they are the top seed at this tournament, and so their win against Canada secured them that spot. They're forcing to overtime against the Finns, helped them in that opportunity as well, and so that's really the biggest difference maker for them, is the fact that they got a big win when they got that opportunity, and now of course we see that the end result here, but a big tournament so far from the Slovaks, and that's going to continue. And we said it on I think it was our day recap the other day. But given their easiest path in, they should absolutely be considered favorites for the gold medal as of the start of the semifinals. Obviously, they'll go into being as underdogs against the Swedes and the Czechs. But still, I think you look at that team, they're a good team, right? They have the pieces to do it. They've turned a lot of heads at this tournament as well. A lot of guys are going to probably be considered for draft picks now, the fact that they've played through this tournament and shown really well. Mississauga here, born in Slovakia. But if you want easier path, you have to beat Canada. It's a close game, 50-50, score 1 on the third. Yep, yeah, and that's the other issue. It's going to be really tough for sure. We have quite a few Latvians, which I don't think is that much of a surprise, as well as quite a few Slovaks, our two actual leading viewers of our U18 coverage this year, which makes sense considering, of course, the Slovaks put off a big win at the start of this tournament. But still. Quite the start indeed. Currently in our poll, 483 votes registered. Watching from Sweden, 483 votes registered. Slovakia 53%, 47% for Latvia. Longest Latvian player to score a goal ever. What are they showing here? They're showing Murnik's. Oliver's Murnik's. Yeah, they're showing Murnik's interview clip. I don't know any other stream. Oh, I see. Broadcast. But yeah, we are into our second intermission coverage. Obviously, a bit of a slow start to this game. The first period was a quiet one. We saw the Slovaks really struggle to get much going offensively. The second period was much better, as they're now showing 2025 World Juniors coverage, where of course Latvia knocked off Canada at that tournament. That was disappointing to watch. We actually have a great clip of that. I'm pretty sure we posted it, of the game winner. Of course, we had probably one of the greatest goaltending performances with Feldberg's shutting down Canada completely in that game, and then just holding on long enough to end up winning in a shootout was a disaster for the Canadians. But as they're showing that game right now, which I think actually got quite a few Latvians onto this channel in the first place. It's one of the reasons why we have so many Latvian friends was from that tournament. Obviously, that was a really big upset, and you can kind of see. I always find it interesting to see who ends up kind of coming at what points to the channel, because you get different kind of mass numbers depending on which games end up going which way. And so part of the beauty of it is for a team like Canada, or for covering teams like Canada, and obviously these international tournaments, is you get a lot of teams and fans of teams that end up beating Canada, and obviously the Latvians were one of those. As they're showing the Latvia-Germany game, which was another really interesting one from that World Junior tournament, where Germany had to pull their goaltender. They had to pull their goaltender because their tiebreaker wasn't good enough, and they had to win in regulation. Part of the beauty of these IIHF tournaments, especially with the win over, because Latvia ended up beating Canada, it meant that they had to win in regulation. Unfortunately, they couldn't do that. They got their empty net scored on. They ended up tying the game a little bit later than that, but a disappointing end there. What else we got? I don't envy on the fly. You'd have to learn too terrible to learn languages just to understand what's going on in the chat. It is funny. I always laugh because I've started to pick up. I have started to pick up a fair amount of the language as kind of time goes on. I can kind of figure out most words. Some words. I won't say all words, but I've definitely gotten a lot better as these tournaments go on and we do more of these live streams. But it is definitely interesting. Very legal activity in this chat right now. Yeah, I probably don't want to know. But it's born in Czechoslovakia, now it's Slovakia, but living in the USA for the last 32 years. Very nice. Go Slovakia, Latvia. Yeah, fair amount of Latvia, fair amount of Slovakia, which definitely checks out. RIP your viewership when it's Czechia, Sweden. It's funny, our other kind of main source of viewership is the Czechs. And so hopefully we'll see quite a few of our Czech friends over coming up a little bit later today, coming up at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central European Time, or I guess what we would call local time, and then 7 or 8 p.m. Central European. Crazy biggest fan base from the smallest country. Well, after you beat Canada so many times, or I guess it's only been once, but if you beat Canada, you definitely get a lot of bragging rights on this channel. So this year's Juniors U20 game versus Canada-Latvia was very close. It really was. And it went right down to the wire too, which, I mean, that was it was a great game. Don't get me wrong, it was a great game, but oh, and they're showing the clip now, kind of what ended up happening there. Oh, the fights. Oh, we never did actually see what the final penalty calls were from what ended up happening there. So Hermanis from Latvia got a 20-minute major, or game misconduct, and a 5-minute major for fighting. Same with Potočka from Slovakia. And so those are the only calls. It does not appear that there will be anything extra coming in at the end of that period. Shots currently are 19-11. In the second period, shots were 12-4 for the Slovaks. As we are just about back underway for third period action I feel like nobody in Slovakia or Czechia is doing these watch-alongs. Actually, a fair number are. I was looking at the demographic numbers from our stream on Wednesday, which we achieved record numbers. So big thank you to everyone who tuned in for that. We reached I think it was around 12,000 views, which is crazy for our channel. It's really good. It's actually our record best for us. The demographic numbers, it was 70. It was 25% was Latvia, 25% was Slovakia, and 25% was the Czechs. And so we had pretty good numbers all across the board, which is always impressive to see, kind of as everyone comes together for these tournaments. But we are back underway for third period action here between Slovakia and Latvia in the semifinals of this tournament. Both teams looking to try and earn their way back going to the gold medal game, I guess, for both these teams. We'll see whether Latvia will be able to get the job done. I think realistically, they're the team to watch in this game. Slovakia, definitely a favorite. We'll see whether or not the Latvians are going to be able to pull off an upset here. Wernieks collects the puck back in his own end for Latvia. Skate it up, moves it along. Latvians will dump it down deep and apply a little bit of offensive pressure now. But cleared right back up. Rath moves it over. Oh, and a great move there. Trishka cycles it down. Oh, and the puck comes off his stick. Be careful not to get any stick infraction penalties here. This puck will be dumped down. 19 now to go. Wraparound chance. Oh, and a chance there for Latvia. Shot. Save by Renak. Good save there, 1852. We are Latvians from the UK. Very nice. Let's go Slovakia. I hope Latvia will score some goals to win the game. I'm so nervous. I've never been in my life. Part of the beauty of these sports and why I love covering, especially international hockey, because you get a lot of very passionate people. And obviously, it's an easy team to cheer for when you're cheering for your country. But still. So Latvians win the draw on the offensive end. Tipped! Near disaster there. Serenak tried to play with the stick and missed it. Tarvids, down over. One-time shot through the legs, but no good. Puck comes back out to center ice. Latvians with some really good offensive looks here early. You can feel them starting to apply a little bit more of that desperation factor coming in. Oh, and a huge hit there by Botka for the Slovaks. Oh, I thought that went in. Shot off the side of the net. Looked like it went in on the TV. Stanchik moves it over. Kazda now walks in. Kazda's shot misses over the net. Stanchik moves it around. Slovaks will bring it all the way back around the boards. Cycles it down. Passes it up. Kazda's shot. Blocked out front. Ends up missing wide of the net. Opportunity there for the Slovaks. And the Latvians will break it back up ice. At the end of their shift, they'll dump it down. And they'll collect it back in the neutral zone. It's bringing me to the 2023 champs when Latvia won the bronze medal. That was a great tournament to watch as well. We're seeing if they can repeat that this year. As that'll go down the length of the ice for icing. 17:04 now left to go in this third period. Time starting to become the enemy of this Latvian team. But, that should have been a penalty, actually. Hit to the head. Starvids for Latvia ended up taking the brunt of that one. Kind of surprised that wasn't called, actually. Principal point of contact. Only gold here would top the 2023 Worlds. I feel like a semifinal win could as well, but I'm not certain about that. Oh, and a turnover in the own end for Latvia. Comes back the other way, looks for a jam play. No one there. Good tie up there. Shot. Plumins doesn't know where it is. Puck comes out behind the net. Oh, and a huge hit again. Slovakia really laying the body on this in this period. Oh, tried to hold out just long enough, but can't. 16:28 now left to go. So we get closer and closer to a potential gold medal game for this Slovak team. Currently leading in our poll with 533 votes, 535 votes in, 53% say the Slovaks will take it today. Latvia with 47%. If you are new here, be sure to go vote in that poll. So let's hit the like button, gets the stream out to more people, and please hit subscribe if you have not already. We do a wide range of IIHF content, and we'll be doing our day recap video later tonight, as well as we'll be live for Czechia and Sweden coming up in a little bit over 2 hours' time. Puck will come out to center ice. Puck comes all the way back down to the Latvian end as they dump it down. Turnover for the Latvians. Slovaks with the puck. Works up to the point. Stongshi, who went down earlier in the game, had to be helped off the ice, but is back. Moves it up. Stretch pass. But taken away by the Latvian. Oh, and a big hit there. No call. I don't think. No. Moves it up. Passes it down, and that will go the length of the ice for icing. 15:20 now left to go in this third period. Oh, and they're showing the hit there. They didn't really get a terribly good angle of it. Moves it over. That will not go for icing. Looked like it might have. As Latvians dump it down deep. "15 minutes left to play in this third period. Trip. They're calling a tripping penalty. Latvia will head to the power play. Down a goal with a chance to tie the game at 1. Wow, here we go. This is the moment they needed. Will the Latvians be able to pull through here as they head to the power play? Mata with a tripping penalty there. Klautsens goes down for the Latvians. And Latvia will try and set it up offensively here. A prime opportunity for them. We'll see whether or not they're going to be able to find the back of the net here. Oh no, and the Slovaks work it back in. 2-on-0, back the other way. Shot, save, and they're digging away at it. Flourish trying to find his way through, but can't. Karshe with the breakaway opportunity, but denied by Plumins, who is now shoved into his own net. A great save there by Plumins. Wow. A weird developing play there as both Latvian defenders got taken out. A great save there, though. Karshe all alone. But Plumins up to the task. Karshe trying to go up top. Saw that he wasn't going to be able to. Then tried to slide a 5-hole on Plumins, but was able to close his legs quick enough. 1:50 left to go in the Latvian power play. 14:41 left to go in the period. Prime opportunity missed there. And here comes Latvia now. Cloud Sands with the puck. Drop it off to Lisovskis. Moves it over. Murniks. Murniks skates in. Murniks winds around the net. Murniks throws on the brakes up top. Oh, and tries to go through the legs, but can't find the Latvian forward on the backside. Rutges there in the area. Passes it over. Here comes Murniks. Murniks throws on the brakes at the blue line. Murniks walks in, waits, passes it down low. Back to Murniks' shot, whiffs on it as his stick breaks, and the puck will be sent all the way down the ice. 1 minute now left to go on the Latvian power play. Oh, and another turnover in their own end. Latvia struggling to take care of business. Last thing you want to see here on the power play. As they break out now, pick with the puck. Here comes Latvia. But puck poked off again, and will be sent the length of the ice. Plumins out to play it with a little bit of pressure, but ultimately clears it out. Stressful moments for the Latvians, with the potential to really reshape this game. Unfortunately, the puck will be cleared out, and that will likely do it for the Latvian power play as the final moments tick down here. 3 seconds. Not a whole lot of prime opportunities outside of one chance, and that will do it for the Latvian power play. A tough one for them there. Abotinch works down low. Puck will come back up to the point. Tinch, the puck. Best opportunity there came shorthanded for the Slovaks. Actually, they had 2 pretty good opportunities, but none ended up going in. It's Klavinch now. Takes it behind his own net. The clock still ticking down for this Latvian team today. Puck comes all the way down. So collect it behind their own net. Puck will come back out to center ice. Shot down. This will go for icing. This puck will go all the way back down into the Latvian end. They want to lose. They do want to lose. So re-showing the goal. A question mark of whether or not it was going to be challenged. Flourish walks the line. Shot blocked. Works it around. Got to stay on top. Moves it up to the point. Down to Flourish on the point. Shot. This is wide. Bit of a strange play there. As the Latvians will, and they're going to play it back, but luckily they do have a defender, and they'll collect behind their own net. Klavinch now, for the Latvians, will set up behind his own net. Moves it down, but picked off by the Slovaks. Slovaks work back in. Latvia really struggling to get much going on this in the last few minutes here. Down a goal, they need something. This puck will be flipped up, trying for a stretch pass there, but no one there. Cloud sends a move. Taken down. No call. Cross check, no call. Goljer now for the Slovaks will break it back up ice. Offside. Has to wait for it. We'll fire it all the way around. Plumins with the puck knocks it down, and the Latvians will collect it behind their own net. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this third period. As the clock continues to tick down, and another icing call for the Latvians, really struggling to get much going. They're strictly relying at this point on stretch passes, which continue to get knocked down by the Slovak system. Sean Klautsens there with a pretty good opportunity. Played a little, a nice little move there on the curl and drag, kicked it back up to his stick, but unfortunately couldn't quite find it all the way. Current poll votes, 574 votes in, 54% say the Slovaks will take it, 46% for Latvia. This puck has moved up. That was a weird play. Are they going to call it icing? Oh, and a turnover. Tarvid's in the area, but can't quite find it through. A pretty decent opportunity there for the Latvians, as the Slovaks had a bit of a breakdown in defensive coverage. Nearly allowed the Latvians to have a prime opportunity there. But still unable to find it all the way. $191 people currently watching here with us on YouTube. We have only 71 likes, so if you have not already, please do smash the like button. It helps get this stream out to more people as well. Hit the subscribe button while you're at it. We are on the road to 1,800 here on YouTube. We are just 60 subscribers away from that, and so we'll see. We will see how it goes. As the puck is about to be dropped yet again here. Face off, scramble draw. Taken away by the Slovaks, and they'll move back up. Shamati flips it in. Nowhere to go there. Puck will be fired all the way down. Oh, nearly picked off there. It's Flourish now working for the Slovaks. Dumps it down deep. And Latvia will go back to collect. Puck has moved up and the skates again. Really struggling to make tape-to-tape passes today. Good stretch pass there. Merniks works in. Oh, and tries to find Riedzens on the backside, but no one, he wasn't able to get there. Would have been a breakaway attempt if he would have been able to hit him. Goljer, stretch pass now, but unable to connect. Moves it up. Avotinch. .843 now left to go. Time continues to tick down. Shot. No good. It's off the side of the post from a low angle. Brath picks it up, fires it over to the Latvian defender, and Latvia will dump it right back down into neutral ice, as the puck will be once again a bit more of that scramble. That might have been offside if this ends up as a goal, but Laganovskis will retreat and collect it behind his own net, as he will skate out with it now. 8 minutes to go left in this game, as the puck will go all the way down. It's dumped in. Latvia will chase here. Stretch pass. Slovaks work in. Mata passes it back for Kazda. Kazda up to the point. Walks the line. Shot. Misses way wide of the net. Probably was blocked out front. Back to the point to Flourish. Moves it over. Back up to Flourish. Flourish walks in. Flourish waits. Puck poked off again, but picked right back up by the Slovak. And Plumins has loved to play the puck and make it real interesting the last little while. 7:15 now left to go in this third period. The Latvians really struggling to get much going here. Shots on goal for this period. 3 shots for the Slovaks, 1 shot for Latvia. as that will go down for icing, I believe, or maybe offside. Luckily, there's auto translate on the chat, so I'm not that confused. But I appreciate the concern. As they're gonna rule offside there. Oh, is that not 2-line offside though? Should not. I'm pretty sure that puck should come back into their into the Slovak end. Tarvids loses the draw. The Slovaks will take it back into their own end. 7 minutes now to go left in this third period. Stretch pass! No good. Why are there lights flying around right now? They haven't turned off the weird flashlights right now. But a prime opportunity there, a near breakaway. A little bit of pressure on the backside, but alone in front. Where the Slovaks. Plumins up to the task yet again. Stongshi moves it along the blue line. Slovaks work down below the goal line. Fires it back around the boards. And picked up. 6:15 left to go in the game. Slovakia leads by a goal. Latvia really struggling to get the puck out of their own end so far. Likely will end up in one chance that'll be the difference on this as we hit the 6-minute mark left to go in this third period. Klavinch. Oh, it's taken down. Puck knocked off his stick. It does feel like this will come down to one mistake for really either side. As the clock continues to tick, Slovaks dump it right back down. 5:40 now. Latvia will rim it all the way around. That will go the length of the ice for icing. Come all the way back down. 5:30 left to go. As the clock continues to tick down on this Latvian team, the Slovaks looking, at least this early, like they will be heading to the gold medal game on home ice here at the Men's Under-18 World Championships. We'll see if they can get the job done. Currently in our poll, we have 605 votes in. Slovakia leads with 55%, Latvia with 45%. Puck rimmed around. Rutkas now with the puck for the Latvians. Will shoot it all the way down. Then we'll go and try and chase down his own rebound. A little bit of interference up top. As Goljer will now fire it up to center ice. Avotinch for the Latvians. 5 minutes to go as we enter the final 5 minutes of this game, barring any overtime. Skates it around, moves it up to the point. Shot! Blocked up front. Kept in at the line. Latvians pick it up in the offensive end. Pass it down. Cycles along the line. Shot from the point, misses wide of the net. Klutson over to Rutkas. To the point, shot. Oh, and a crease violation. Oh, and more fancy stuff after the whistle. 4:21 left to go in this third period. Slovakia leading 1-0 as we head to the last power break likely of this third period. Well, it's quite the game so far. It really is quite the game so far. Let's see whether or not they're going to be able to hold on today. This will make for a crazy end to this game. I have no doubt of that. I have zero doubt of that. If you are new here, please do smash the like button. Let's see if we can get to, let's see how many likes we're actually at right now. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. We're at 88 right now. We need 12 more people to like this live stream. Can we get there before the next thing goes. We have, I believe, 200 and something people in the room right now. So please do smash the like button. It does help get this stream out to more people. So please do. As we are at 621 votes in our poll, Slovakia leads our poll of who we think will win, with Slovakia leading 55% to 45%. We just slammed the goalkeeper's head with a stick? What do you mean you just slammed the goaltender's head with a stick? Oh, they actually did! Oh my gosh. That is not what I was expecting to happen. Obuks just whacked the goaltender, Hrinak, in the head with his stick. I'm sure that'll go over well. I'm sure that'll make it very civil for the next little bit. Murniks wins the face-off draw for Latvia. Savotinch works in. Backed up to the point. Question is, when do they pull Plumins? Savotinch slows up at the blue line, fires it back down. As this puck will be shot out and cleared out to neutral ice. Slovaks will, or the Latvians will pull it back within in their own end. Oh, and taken away. Latvia gathers it again. Here comes Murniks. The player they're going to need if they're going to be able to pull through in this game. Avotinch works it over. Goljer takes the puck. We kept it at the line, but eventually cleared out by the Slovaks. Back out to neutral ice. 3:30 left to go in this game as the Slovaks get ever so much more closer. As that'll be an delayed offside. 3:15 now to go. Time slowly but surely ticking down. Goljer stretch pass. That will not go for icing, as Plumins played that or tried to, or attempted to make a move for that puck. As that will go all the way down for icing. Can't have that right now. Hrinak still standing tall in the Slovak net. You need a little bit of that offensive desperation. We'll see if they're going to be able to get the job done as time continues to tick down here on this clock. We have hit 100 likes here on this live stream, so a big thank you to everyone for doing that. Really do appreciate it on this beautiful Friday. Puck sent down. Kazda passes it around, but tipped out. Kazda now works below the goal line. Kazda holds on to it. Continues. He frames down below the line. Kazda will dump it back down into behind the net. Brings it around. Shimko gets knocked down, no call. Kazda will pin it up against the boards. 2:14 left to go in this third period. Clock, the enemy of this Latvian team, as it continues to tick down as Kazda just pins it up against the boards. Have not been able to move him yet. This puck comes out. Tarvids moves it over to Klavinch. Klavinch will walk it out. Under 2 to go now in this third period. A stretch pass offside called as Murniks is not overly, or Upniks rather, is rather not happy. As the Slovak crowd is doing their flashlight thing again, it's really entertaining to see. They're waving away the Latvian team, or trying to at least. We continue here. We'll see whether or not the Slovaks are going to be able to get the job done and go to the gold medal game on home ice, or whether Latvia is going to have some late game heroics to force this one into overtime. Shot saved by Hrinak from the red line. It wasn't that close, but you have to make it interesting. You have to make it a little interesting. .145 left to go in the third period. See if they're going to pull Plumins here. This Latvian coach is incensed. Shocked they wouldn't call a timeout in this situation. Cloud sends. Lines up. Ibski for the Slovaks on the other side. Agnoskus tries to send it forward, but picked off. This puck will come all the way out as Latvia prepares to pull their goaltender for this final stretch here. See when Plumins ends up going. Laganovskis walks out. Laganovskis, dump it down deep. Will Plumins go now? I would assume he would. He has headed to the bench. Puck taken out and shot out to neutral ice. And picked off, but the Latvians. Under 1 minute to go now in this third period. Will Latvia be able to find any late game heroics here? Cloud Sands walks in. Cloud Sands shot, saved by Hrinak. And the puck will be cleared out. Goljer with a little bit of extracurricular after the whistle with Cloud Sands, but nothing further there. 49.3 seconds left to go in this third period. Slovakia up a goal over the Latvian team. We will see whether or not the Latvians are going to be able to find their way back in this game, or if the Slovaks will head to their gold medal game on home ice. Timeout, and the Latvians have called a timeout as their coach is incensed again. Here we go. They're drawing up their plays. Here we go. Will Latvia be able to find their way back in this game? Our poll says no. Our poll says Slovakia will end up taking it. 56% of people say that Slovakia will end up taking it. Latvia has 44%. We have 659 votes in that poll. If you are new here and you want your teams to have some good luck, be sure to smash the like button, as I heard that if you don't, it will be bad luck for your team. Just kidding. I would never put that on somebody. Don't feel you have to, but much appreciated if you do. As the puck is about to be dropped here yet again, Cloud sends. Lines up in the faceoff draw. Will Latvia be able to pull off the miracle? 49.3 seconds to go. Jakubek in the face-off draw for the Slovaks. Scramble draw comes out. Shot tipped. Rebound. No good. As the Slovaks will clear it back into the Slovak end, or into the Latvian end. Puck moves up. Dump down deep. Here comes the Latvians. Goljer. Fire it all the way around. Cloudsense there on the boards to stop it. Passes it up. Down low. 20 seconds now. Latvia, one last chance upcoming. Holds on to it. Holds on. Shot. Bouncing puck. It will be cleared all the way down the ice and will not have enough to go for icing. 5 seconds on the clock. Tries for the shot. And that's going to do it. Slovakia will head to the gold medal game on home ice, taking today's game by a score of 1-0 over Latvia. What a game, coming down right to the final whistle. A well-earned win for this Latvian team, who used their crowd to their advantage, taking home the big win. A 1-0 win at that over Team Latvia. Wow. What a game. What a game. Wow. Incredible. And the crowd is just losing it right now. And in our chat, the crowd is losing it as well. Freudian slip. Now, the interesting one, and what some people are already commenting right now, who will they play in for gold? Will it be the Czechs, their friendly neighbors? Or will it be the Swedes, the team who came into this tournament as favorites? Only time can tell. A well-played game today from both sides. The Latvians able to hold on for as long as the game went. Final shots on goal, 22 for the Slovak team, 14 for Latvia. This has been a tremendous game from the Slovaks and the Latvians. Samuel Honzi from the Slovak national team and Calgary Flames in attendance. Wow. What a game. As this game has now turned final. 1-0, the final score for Slovakia over Latvia. What a tremendous game. Upniks, the player of the game for the Latvian team. As for the Slovaks, who's it going to be? Botka for the Slovaks are your winner there. And we will see. We're going to see going into this gold medal game. Who is it going to be? Will it be the Czechs? Will it be Czechia and the Slovaks? The Czechoslovakia gold medal game. What if there was actually a coach's challenge? That is the question, right? What if there is a they challenge that goal? Because I am still not sure that it wasn't goaltender interference. It's a big opportunity, right? Because if you mess up, if you lose that challenge, it's very difficult for them to. Will I be rooting for the Czechs or the Swedes? I will take no side in. I will vote how the poll. I will cheer for how the poll votes. Will be my answer to that. But I wouldn't mind seeing a Czech-Slovak final. I think that'd be really cool to see. Because I think that's well incoming as well, and it'd make for a great gold medal game and live stream, which we'll be here live for. So please do come back as they're giving away the players of the tournament for each respective team. Plumins for Latvia, Morniks for Latvia, and then their third will be Klaudsens for the Latvian team. Players of the tournament for each respective team for Latvia, Klaudsens, Morniks, and Plumins. As for the Slovaks, it will be coming in over the next couple seconds. The goaltender, Hrinak, is your first player of the game. Your second player of the game, or second player of the tournament is Goljer, and Kazda, your third, which I think is pretty well expected. Talk about your three best players you rely upon in those big moments. Absolutely. But Historia today, right? Staying at Morniks. Muir. Morniks. As they sing their anthem today. Slovaks will on home ice. Please stop saying it Morniks. I was under the impression, and from what I've found, it's Moore and then Neeks. But I could be wrong on that. What else we got? How would you generally rank the skill of the Czech team? I'd say they're right there. Realistically, they are right there. They have the potential to. I could very realistically see them winning later today. I'm excited for that game. I'm very excited for that game. So it's going to be one of the tighter games we see. It could very well go either way. Wow. What a sight in Trenčín, Slovakia. What a sight. Czechia and Slovakia final is absolute cinema. I would have to agree with you. I am very excited to see. We will, of course, be live for those who might be hopping out shortly. We'll be sticking around a little bit longer to talk through that game, answer any of your questions as we head into our gold medal game coverage later today. But we will be live, or semifinal action today. But we will be live here on YouTube. So I do hope to see everyone here in the second game, where we'll see whether or not the Czechs can join Slovakia there. And of course, the other bigger one that I'm sure is a lot more relevant to the people currently on the stream. We will also be live tomorrow for the bronze medal game, where we'll see Latvia take on the loser of Sweden, Czechia, and the winner, not Neeks, the IE part of Neeks, yeah. So Marniques. Czechoslovakian derby would be awesome. Generally, Czechs and Slovaks are pretty good friends, but in terms of ice hockey, we are the biggest enemies. And I think it's serving me right, because we made a podcast topic a few weeks back about how the Czechs and the Slovaks were actually, I think, in honorable mentions because they didn't play against each other enough in big games to be considered kind of those big rivals. But I think after this tournament, we're going to see something completely otherwise. Go Slovakia. You think Latvian coach should have challenged the goal? I think it's tough to say. I really do. I think it's very tough to say whether or not it should have been. Because it's great to look back in hindsight and see that it's a 1-0 final. Right? And I should probably pull off the empty net sign here. But it's great to look back and say, well, it's a 1-0 final. He should have challenged. But you think about it at that point in the game, there was still a chance they came back. And they had their looks. The Latvians definitely had their looks. They had a chance to pull off that last big upset. But unfortunately for them, just couldn't really find it when the game got big. And that was definitely a big part of that game. But it should be a very interesting second game of the day. Sweden and the Czechs. Two teams very, very much so going to be dogfighting it out for a chance to go to the gold medal game at this year's tournament. For the Swedes, a team who are notorious for choking when the games get big. They will head into the game against the Czechs as favorites despite losing their opener. And that becomes the other issue is there weren't, and as said in the chat, there wasn't really going to be enough evidence, conclusive evidence to overturn it. So I could completely understand why that might not have worked. But and a heartbreak for the Latvian team as they just narrowly lose out on a chance to play for a gold medal. The Slovaks will do the skull clap on home ice, appreciating their fans for coming out and supporting their team today. They rewarded them with a big 1-0 win over the Latvian squad. Quite the performance. Before everyone does leave today, please do smash the subscribe button. It helps find our content a little bit more easy. We do a fair amount of live streams like these as well. We do our day recap videos for all divisions of the IIHF. So if you're interested and you like international hockey, please do smash the subscribe button, and we will be coming out with our day recap video later today where we'll talk about this game a little bit more in depth, kind of walking you through what actually happened as we can consolidate our thoughts and provide a little bit more analysis on what was a crazy game, right? And you think about one opportunity, one chance, one goal ends up being the difference maker in this game. For the Slovaks, they end up on top, right? And they're showing that goal now, and there's a lot of contact with the goaltender. One challenge could have very well been the difference. Will you be watching Czechia, Sweden later tonight? We will be. We will be live here on YouTube at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That is 7 p.m. Central European Time and 8 p.m. Eastern European Time. So please do come back for that. We'll be having our full coverage over there. And as always, we'll obviously continue with our day recaps coming out later tonight after those games. And those will probably be out in the early morning for our European friends. I think the game time is about an hour later than what it normally is, so it'll take a little bit longer coming out tonight than what it normally does. And so I wouldn't say stick around to try and wait till it comes out. It will likely be out around 1 o'clock. Game's done at 4, probably about 6:30. My time, which is about midnight, 12:30 Central European Time. But I guess it is Friday night, so if you're having fun, I hope to catch you on your backside, especially if you're celebrating today's big win for the Slovaks. We'll see, of course, who ends up joining them later today. It should definitely be a fascinating one to keep an eye on. But a big win today. In fact, a huge win today from the Slovak team as they now look ahead at this tournament to see just how far they can really end up going. Sky's the limit in my eyes, I'll be honest. Because I think they absolutely could win gold. You look at the teams that they're going to have to go through. I don't think there's a team in there that, if the Slovaks play their best and they get the home crowd support like they have all tournament long, can really make that much of a dent into them. So we'll see. And I know I've been ridiculously low on the Slovak team, but when the opportunity arises, it does present well for them. As we will show our updated playoff picture here in a second. Flipping it over to this. So we have the our updated playoff picture after the 1-0 victory today for the Slovaks over Latvia. A reminder that there is still one more game coming up later today, one more semifinal game where we will see, of course, the Czechs taking on the Swedes in what should be a really good game. And you think about the highlights of today, it's been a very quiet day of action, but a very good defensive game of hockey. And that's what you expected coming into this kind of game. Two teams well known for their defensive structure. Both teams play extremely well in tight games, and it did not let down today. It really didn't. A very well performed game from both sides, and ultimately the Slovaks will head on to the gold medal game at this tournament. Latvia will still play for bronze, and it's not the end of the tournament for them. A disappointing loss today, yes. This was probably their best chance to get a win in the final 2 games of this tournament. But as we've seen, teams like the U.S. struggle against teams like Latvia. Teams like the Swedes, very similarly. And I would say that if you're looking at kind of who you want, if you're Latvia, it would be the Swedes. Because realistically, that's going to be probably the toughest game for a team like Sweden, who is so offensive heavy, that if they struggle, they might end up losing. But it has been a tremendous day of action here at the Men's Under-18 World Championships. Your final score of today's game: Slovakia pulls through with the win. Thank you all very much for taking the time to join us today. I hope to see you tomorrow and tonight for our Czechia versus Team Sweden live stream. Please do hit the subscribe button. Please do hit the like button on this live stream as well. Come join us later today on our live stream between Czechia and Sweden. And we will see you all tomorrow for the big game, the gold medal game and bronze medal game. Latvia taking on the loser of our Czech-Sweden semifinal coming up. The winner taking on the Slovaks. We will see you all later today for Czechia, Sweden. But with that, if you made it this far in the video, this far in the live stream, thank you for watching. If you'd like to drop a like, if you really liked it, consider subscribing. Tell all your friends that Slovakia is going to the gold medal game on home ice. Until next time, see ya.